Hi, this is Tim from UK Home Gym, your home for UK specific independent home gym tips and advice. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Bear Grip multi-grip straps slash hooks. At least that's what they are according to their Amazon description. So what is this product? I would say it's something similar to Versa Grips if you're aware of what those are, though a sort of slightly cheaper version, basically slightly derivative version, I think. I believe the Versa Grips are the first to sort of popularize this style of strap, and that is a strap where you have like a big sort of rubber-like sort of piece here that is sort of sewn onto like a material sort of strap here with like a Velcro buckle to fix it on in place. Why would you use something like this? Well, I use it a lot because I love training my back a lot, and I really love cable rows. I really love dumbbell rows. I really love deadlifts, and I don't want my grip to be a limiting factor. So if I ever feel like it is a limiting factor, maybe I do a couple of reps and I'm like, well, hang on a second, my grip seems to be giving out here before the muscles I'm supposed to be targeting here, the back muscles. I really want to be able to go a little bit further, go a little bit heavier, and I feel like it's very helpful in those kind of situations. So there are a lot of people who really hate straps and say, well, you should train without them because doing so will help strengthen your grip. I think that your grip gets strengthened anyway, and if you're doing forearm training as well, then that's going to also strengthen your grip. But anyway, this is immaterial. Let's get on with the review. I'm going to tell you about what I like about this product. First thing that I like about it is its price. I think this is actually quite reasonably priced. Now, I bought this back in December 2021. I bought my set here back in 2021. Now you can see, if you look carefully, there are definitely signs of wear and tear on my one, and the Velcro is, it's definitely looking a bit fluffy. Yeah, when I bought these, I paid, £17, I think, for them on Amazon, and now they're retailing for £25 on Amazon. So you can see the prices have definitely gone up. Maybe I got some slight discount for some reason or other, I don't really remember, but I don't think it was much of a discount. I think I bought them close to their sort of normal full price. I may have waited for some sort of sale or whatever, but I didn't get much of it, basically. But as I said, the price is pretty decent, really, if you look at the fact that a Versa Grips set is going to cost you, 65, something like that, pounds. I think that, if you look at, in terms of value for money, something that I use these several times a week for sure. And not just in my own home gym, but if I ever go to, a commercial gym for whatever reason, maybe I'm traveling or something like that, they come with me, for sure, because, if there's a machine that I don't really have the chance to use in my home gym, then it's great to be able to use that and not have my grip be a limiting factor there. What else I like about them? I think they're extremely durable. That sort of comes onto that point there that I was just speaking about. I think I've got a few other bits of Bear Grip equipment, and it's not very glamorous, it's not very special, but I mean, it is durable. I mean, you can see a little bit of chipping around here of the paint, but I mean, that's not a big thing. Generally it sort of stood the test of time, and I think that if I'm spending, I don't know, £17 on a piece of equipment that I'm going to use all the time, regardless of the fact it's not a weight or anything like that, I do want it to be durable, and it has lasted me for a while, and it looks like, they don't look brand new anymore, but they don't look like they're about to give out on me anytime soon either. So hopefully I'll get a few more years of use out of them, which is not bad for a product that is not made of metal, basically, in a home gym. What else I like about it? It's very lightweight. And it's very, as I said, it's compact, it's thin, it's not heavy. You could get an alternative made of leather or something like that, that I think might be a little bit heavier. I do think that the design is very good as well. It's probably derivative, the design, but I like the fact that it's stitched over, and it's sort of, you can see if you look carefully, they sort of gone to town on the stitching and done maybe a bit more stitching than they needed to, which is good, because the amount of pressure that it takes on a daily, weekly basis is quite a lot. So yeah, these are definitely things that I like about it. What I don't like about it, now I think this would go the same for even Versa grips as well, but I really dislike the fact that this is Velcro here, this fastening. That does not fill me with much confidence when you're pulling against it, particularly on a deadlift or something like that. And on a couple of occasions, they have come apart. Probably my fastening wasn't very good or whatever at that time, but the last thing you want is for that, you're lifting something heavy and all of a sudden, boom, you can hear this sort of Velcro sort of tear open basically. And, as I said, over time that gets fluffier and fluffier, that pad gets a bit messier and so on. I mean, I think this will be the case with anything with Velcro, so I think that the Versa grip uses Velcro, so it will be the same thing. But I almost wish if that was just like a buckle that you could do up there instead, that would be amazing. And I really think that would add something to it. And even if that sort of drove the cost up very slightly, adding some metal bits to it, basically, I think it would be well worth it there. That's the only real complaint that I have against this, really. I think it could be finished a little bit better if you look at these little bits here that sort of, after being stitched together, I think it's been glued together and there are bits sort of sticking out, and it arrived sort of like that. And over time, the pressure on it has sort of forced those bits out a little bit more. The paint here is not wonderful. It sort of managed to chip off a bit, but those are just sort of minor details, minor sort of nitpicking here and there. But okay, in conclusion, do I think you should get these? I think absolutely you should get them, but they're not the only show in town. If you have a look on Amazon or other other platforms like that, other e-commerce platforms, you'll find scores of very, very similar ones. If you do go for something similar, I would advise against going with the ones that they sort of have like metal hooks sort of coming out of those. I've seen those fail before and they don't look good. I really like this sort of rubber design here. So if you're getting something similar to it, make sure it's designed something along these lines, or more like the Versa grips where it's sort of rounder at the bottom. So yeah, in conclusion, yeah, I would probably just keep an eye out for sales as well, because this kind of item, I just have a feeling that it sort of ends up going on sale, every now and then. So unless you're in a mad rush to get yourself a pair, probably just put it in your basket or whatever on whatever platform you're going with, and just keep an eye on it from every now and then. Maybe you might get a few % off it. Anyway, I wonder if you have any experience using this particular Bear Grip multi-grip straps/hooks straps, or or anything similar to these, or if you've tried these and you've got a similar pair and you can compare the two and let us know what you think the differences are below. Maybe you want to compare them to the Versa grips and say which of those you think is better. I'd love to hear your thoughts anyway. Please let me know in the comments below. Please like, share and subscribe. That really helps me to grow the channel. And check out our website, that's ukhomegym.com. And I'll see you next time on UK Home Gym.